and the Spice Girls split up. I remember she had a few tracks. And then I think she must have realised that this is not for her. So she had a fallback. So she started doing her fashion. She started doing her clothing line, her perfumes. You know, that is all fair. But what I'm trying to say is that everything happens within time. It's not, you know, be a rapper, go to uni, have a job. It doesn't all have to come in one. You know, everything just happens in time. Right, and another thing you said, like a foundation of talent. If you want to be something or whatever, you must have like a foundation of talent, which is true. Because, for example, if you want to be a rapper, you must be able to freestyle, because that is the talent of being a rapper. If you cannot freestyle, there's no talent there. The same thing with a singer. If you want to be a singer, you must be at least be good at singing. Because if you're not good at singing, then there's no way you can progress more. You know, you can't be you can't come from a voice like mine saying you want to be a singer, because it might be possible, but that's going to take a lot of work to do. And I personally, I'm not even into that. You also said, it also depends on really what field, you know, you're talking about as well when it comes to like the foundation of talent, because I think everyone's got some sort of talent in them, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a talent in anything that you do, because come to think about it, I'm going to give the example that you gave about being a gymnastic. Now for me, if I wanted to be a gymnast, yeah, if I wanted to be a gymnast, I woke up tomorrow morning and said, you know, you're going to be a gymnast. This is what you're going to do. Believe that I will be a gymnast. Yeah, because I put my head on it, and that is what I'm going to do. And I'm telling you, I don't know about you, but me, I am as stiff as rock. I could not move to, you know, to save my life. But if I know that that is what I'm going to do, I will do it. And I don't think that just because, you know, you're not flexible, you cannot be a gymnast. No. If you're not flexible, you go and train yourself. You train your body. It's all about your time, like you said, your effort, like you said. And what I'm adding on to that is training. If you want to be a gymnast, you're going to train your body to be flexible. And who says you can't do that? Of course you can do that. Why not? Another thing is, I also noticed that your opinions, you sort of put your opinions across as if they were facts. I'm just going to give a quick example of what you said, which was, says if about the Sony, like, this is in quotes, you're not going to be that one person out of 100 signed to Sony. Why not? Why would that one person not be out of 100 signed to Sony? Now, the way you said that, it just sounds like a fact, like you will not. It just sounds really, like you said, people might think that you're a dream crusher, and I slightly do think that, because what if that individual is that one person out of 100 to get signed to Sony? And even if they are not that one person, it doesn't mean that they have failed. It doesn't mean that they failed. It just means that they have to work a bit more harder in what they do. Because if they've got that bit closer to being one of 100 out of so many people, it means that they've gone that bit closer. So for them, it's not really that they failed. It just means they've got to work that bit more harder. And maybe they did something wrong that they need to change. Whatnot, it doesn't matter. And fair enough, people, you know, want to just jump into the deep end and say, I'm going to get signed one day, and this is the way that I'm going to do it. Da, 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 da. If that's the case, then so be it. But if that's not the case, it doesn't mean that, you know, they failed. So how do you feel? You failed on that. What are you going to do next? There's so many other doors open. There's so many other things that they can do. It's just how you build upon it. Now, this is sort of a classic subject that you touched upon, basically, which is, you said that basically you made it seem like everyone should go to uni in order to succeed. And for me, uni is not for everyone. Yeah, I personally, I'm a university student. Yeah, but I don't think that everyone in this world, not necessarily everyone in this world, but most young people need to go to uni in order to succeed. I believe that uni is just for, it's for everyone, but you're not guaranteed a future after uni. Neither are you guaranteed a future after anything else. But speaking of it, most successful people that we all know did not even see the lights of university. You know, most successful people that we know probably did not even go as far as college. And these people are damn well rich. They're damn well successful. Now, I'm not saying to those young people who could be watching this video, don't go to university, don't do this. But obviously, the way that you came across it, it's just, it just sounds a bit, you know, if you're not going to uni, you're not going to this, you know. But what I'm saying is education is the key, yes. With your university degree, no one can ever take that away from you. You can never lose that. If you are crippled tomorrow, you would never lose that. Now, comparison to being a rapper, that in any time it could be taken away from you. God forbid that it does. But you could wake up in the morning, have a sore throat, and that sore throat could determine your voice. If you want to be a footballer, you could be a footballer and go out, do training and break your leg. That's the end of it. But with your university degree, with your education, that's never taken away from you. No matter if you're black, white, orange or green. So, you know, that's the best, that is the best outcome that I can say about going to university, yeah? You also said that for you, the type of girl that you are, you will stand by a guy if he works hard, stay at uni, and, you know, work hard in uni. You ride with him, working hard in uni, staying at uni, but you won't do the, you know, living at home with mum, rare. Now, say as if he's got his degree and he goes off and does his masters and all that stuff, yeah? And are you still going to stick by him when he can't find a job? Maybe you will. But from the kind of person you seem to me, you know, you seem really strong-minded. It doesn't seem that you'll be waiting around for someone sitting in their house like a bum looking for a job. And little do you know, it's probably not even their fault because, you know, especially with black people nowadays, it's already hard for us to, you know, go far in life, yet to have a degree, have a master, do our masters and get that qualification to have a career. It's that much harder for us as the next white guy. There might be an interview, your guy and another white guy. Who is most likely to have the job? And let's be realistic, like, come on, I'm being really real about this. Racism still does go on, and it's really much so undercover. It happens in the workplace, it happens everywhere. Sometimes we're oblivious to it, we don't notice it, but it happens. Who is most likely to get that job? Your guy might have the higher degree, but it all depends most of the time on the colour of the skin. Now, are you going to stick by him for that? But I don't want to touch up on that because that's a different subject, yeah? Basically, I just think that for someone for someone to go to university and live their life, basically studying, getting your masters, getting your degree, getting your masters, that is like a good achievement. But I don't think you should surround everything as, you know, uni, because you could also go to uni and also have a foundation as well. But other than that, that's just what I wanted to say. I just wanted to touch up on those few points. Leave a comment if you wish, and I just basically just think that nothing is forceful. Don't give your opinions as if it's a fact, and don't say things because we're all, like you said, you're going to give this out to like most black people because that's who you are with. You know, we're meant to be there for each other, support each other and help each other. If obviously you're a person of your own, you want to give your own opinions and everything else, which is fine. I respect that. I mean, I respect you in a sense that, you know, you seem really intelligent, you seem to be strong-minded. You know, I really like that about you, but it's just that not everybody is the same as everyone else. If you want to say something, especially for your kind of peers or something like that, just put it in a way that people will look at you and actually admire it. Don't put it in a way that it will kind of lower people's self-esteem, if you understand what I'm saying. Because looking at it, I'm a sort of person, if I want something, I'm going for it. If